Anyway, hello. We are in the last moments of 2020. Just for some context, hello, my name is Allie. I'm 26. I moved to Belgium when I was 21. Every year since I've moved, I've made a video for the new year outlining the goals, hopes, and intentions for the next 365 days, as well as reviewing the goals, hopes, and intentions for the previous 365 days. Simple enough. Now, how do we summarize this year? So let's just start with the bad and then we'll end on a positive note, okay? Okay. In the very beginning of this year, just to kick things off, someone who lived in our building decided to attack a fellow neighbor. Said neighbor knocked on our door sobbing, asking for help, and then neighbor number one decided to break into our apartment and attack us as well. And if that's not cute enough, we then had to live with this person for 10 months in the building. Don't ask. I don't have the answers. And then about a month after that, my best friend Howie lost his battle to kidney failure just days shy of his 6th birthday. And then the day after he died, the coronavirus lockdown began in Belgium. The Dutch class I was taking exploded as the school wasn't prepared for the pandemic. Who was? So my progress with that basically stopped to a drastic halt. The career I was intending on and working towards pursuing not only became completely unrealistic language-wise, but my doctor said health-wise it would be foolish to do. So just completely fell off my path and was floating again. Due to COVID, I wasn't able to see my family in the US as planned. So now at this very moment, I have not seen them in a year and a half, and it might be a whole other year until I get to. I'm getting sad just going through the list. We're almost done. We discovered that the little apartment that we were living in wasn't just a little moldy in the bathroom, but that it was going through the wall and up to our bedroom on the 2nd floor, and completely covered a wall. Just a whole wall of mold that we were sleeping next to. So as far as 2020 was concerned, we were stuck in lockdown in a small, dangerous, and moldy apartment for almost 10 out of the 12 months of the year. Howie-less. So what happened to make it feel all worthwhile? I celebrated 4 years of marriage and living in Belgium, as well as my 5th year of eating plant-based. I started a book club with my closest friend, which I didn't even know was missing from my life. And in general, I just read a lot this year, but we'll get to that in a minute. I really buckled down on making videos and balancing the internet side of my life and turned it into something I'm actually very proud of. Stemming from that, thanks to all of you, I hit my first Patreon goal, which was to hit 50 patrons, and we've surpassed that. That was such a huge day, and it was so much fun to celebrate on Discord chat and do Kahoots and talk about all the things. Y'all are just so great, and I'm so thankful. I discovered yet again that losing another career path was magically serendipitous because I found something that meets my needs, wants, and passions even more. It's even in English, so I don't have to meet any sort of language requirements in order to start. I can just start in September. I rejoined language courses in the fall during the 2 months that they even existed, and I did very well and learned so much. Everything was making sense. It was very exciting. I truly got a grasp of the grammar of the Dutch language, and I feel like I have a solid foundation now for self-studying. Speaking of Dutch, I got a job this year in my 2nd language. What? On paper, that sounds so crazy. I went through the entire interview process in Dutch, succeeded, and then worked in a grocery store speaking only Dutch to every colleague and customer for 6 months. It was really stressful being in a position where I didn't feel like I could properly express myself or communicate fully, but still, the most important thing is that it made the language feel normal in my mouth, if that makes sense. It both made me feel so small that I cried a lot, and also gave me all the confidence at the same time. I met some fun people, and I made some cool friends, and now I know that I can work in Dutch. I could get a job in Dutch. Not every job, of course, but some jobs, which means that technically I can say, ik spreek Nederlands. Is it anywhere near perfect? No, but I can function with it. As long as the other person is willing to be patient and tolerate an accent, I can be understood. So that is an accomplishment. And my favorite few things of the year, we adopted 2 amazing fluffy boys, Albus and Rumi. I intend on making a whole video about them and the process of adopting them and what took place there. But they're here now. 4 countries, 1 family. And finally, at the tail end of the year, we got to move out of scary, murderous Moldville and moved into an apartment that is much more suitable for our tiny little family. It's beautiful and bright and spacious, and we're in love. So let's just review. How did we do on our goals last year? No pressure though, because to be honest, the person I'm looking at here lives in a completely different world than the one I'm standing on right now. It genuinely feels like I made this video a few weeks ago. A year couldn't have possibly gone by.
The goals for 2020. Last year I read 18 books, so I'm going to raise the stakes ever so slightly and put my goal at 20 books. 20 books for 2020.
We did that. This year I read over 80 books, like 81 or 83 books or something. And it wasn't even because we were in a pandemic. I did most of my reading while I was working. Something just clicked. I got in touch with my inner child that is always reading one or more things and loving every second of it, and I am loving every second of it. I just love so much that my brain is finally letting me do things I love doing. Usually I put all the books in JPEG form right here to show you. I'm not doing that this year. That's way too many books, so I'll just leave my Goodreads down below. You can click on the 2020 reading challenge. You can see everything I read and in what order and what I rated them and all that jazz. Boom. If we did nothing else, we did the reading.
Continue making collages.
Nope. I was just in such an artist slump this year. Between living where we were living and just the situation at hand, I was not feeling it at all. I wish I did, but I'm not gonna beat myself up over it because what a time to be alive, am I right?
Continue making YouTube videos.
Yes. This year, again, something just clicked. Lots of things are clicking apparently. I really found what I like making, how I like making it, solidified my editing style, and started making kinda semi-weekly videos for the majority of the year, ending off with 30 videos uploaded, I think. That's not bad, man, not bad.
And continue exercising when I can.
Yes and no. I have a very complicated relationship with exercise. I'm trying to fix it. But despite how uncomfortable and quite literally painful exercise is for me, I was doing a really good job at the beginning of the year. I made the foolish choice of subscribing to a year-long gym membership because they don't let you do anything shorter in January. And I was going often, January and February and the beginning of March. I was going multiple times a week, and then COVID happened. But Allie, why don't you go and just wear a mask? No, it's cool if you do. I can't. I don't use my health things as an excuse to not wear a mask. I'm always wearing a mask. I worked in a mask, wearing it for 10 plus hours a day, okay? Leave me alone. I just don't want to go to the gym in one, so I don't go to the gym. The end. I didn't give up. COVID first hit, and I thought, well, now spring is springing. I'll get into running. And I ran my first 5K this year.
I was diagnosed with asthma in high school and just have been ignoring it. I don't have an inhaler. That's dangerous. I did it. I ran my first 5K. Got done in like what, 43 minutes or something? That's crazy.
That's such a huge deal. I've been wanting to be able to run a 5K for almost my entire life. And so the fact that I did it, while super slow, I still did it. And then one day during a very normal, everyday type run, I had a very bad asthma attack in the middle of the woods, alone. I've never had one like this before. My mouth tasted like metal. I Googled it and it was like, you stupid bitch, it's asthma. So I thought, okay, enough pretending we don't have asthma. Just go to the doctor and get an inhaler. Then I did, and it didn't work.
I don't think it worked. I don't think it's doing anything.
I just might need a more serious inhaler. I might have a heart condition. I might need both. I have no idea. I'm not going to the hospital right now. So I stopped running, and right now just sticking to walks. Which has been very nice. We've been foraging for mushrooms, and that is the cutest, most bestest time I've had as far as moving my body is concerned. I would say I get points for this one because I really did try.
Speak Dutch. Officially, confidently say that I can speak Dutch.
Confidently? I guess I could. I can't technically say it. Yeah, I speak Dutch. Not super great, but I do it. Nice.
I can work in Dutch. I can have a non-specified conversation in Dutch. I can speak Dutch.
You did that! You fucking did that!
According to the trajectory of the classes that I will be switching over to, I will have enough Dutch skills by mid-August to partake in my second big goal.
Ooh, girl, that trajectory is about to blow right up. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Go back to school. I'm going back to school. You know what I'm studying? No. Because I want it to be a little more official.
Okay, here we go. So basically here, my plan was to become a nurse. There's a shortage in Belgium, and basically you get your education for free. And also they have an immigrant path, so you follow language courses and then enter higher education that is meant for people where Dutch is not your first language. I'm both an Enneagram 4 and 6, so helping people is why I wanted to make films in the first place. And so any job where I'm helping someone feels very fulfilling to me. And I've also always been interested in the medical field. I've been pretty good at science, just not the math part of it, which leaves a lot of medical field type jobs off the table. But nursing was possible, so I had a plan. I attended so many informational meetings on where I needed to go and what I needed to do and what I needed to sign and who I needed to meet with and when, and I had it all planned out. And then then COVID happened and my Dutch classes stopped. And now looking back, I am extremely grateful that my path was thrown off kilter once again, because it would not have worked for me. I talked to my friend from Nepal who followed this exact route, and while she is fulfilled and good at what she does, the way she described it to me definitely made me not feel certain anymore. She said that while she was in school, her days were over 16 hours long because she needed to translate her textbook word for word, and she couldn't understand any of her classes, and that the language requirements they have you fulfill are not enough. And seeing as my Dutch was already going at such a snail's pace, this concerned me. But despite all these doubts, I was still pushing forward because I just kept saying, you're a foreigner to this country, you can't be so picky, this is an excellent opportunity, it still will be super fulfilling, just really trying to reassure myself. But then the cherry on top, I saw my doctor and he said, let's discuss the last time you needed to be hospitalized. What was it you said helped you the most in balancing your health? And I said, oh, I got my sleep on schedule, which was super crucial, and I was eating 3 meals a day at like a very particular time, just basically getting that whole routine solidified, created a foundation for me to feel a whole lot better. And he said, and what was your biggest issue with working in the most recent restaurant you were in? And I said, oh, they gave us our hours super late, so I didn't know when I was working, sometimes as late as 12 hours before I needed to be there, and also sometimes you needed to stay way later than you were scheduled, and it just really messed with my routine. So he said, so you would say that you are someone that thrives on routine? And I said, yep. And he said, now, don't you think nursing would disrupt your sleep schedule and eating schedule, making you already off balance, paired with more extreme versions of varying routines and schedules and late nights? I'm very excited that you're passionate about pursuing a career, but I think it's best we look for something more on the side of routine for you. I'm afraid if you follow this path, you'll push yourself to hospitalization again. That's not to say you're weak or incapable, just that different fields are more suitable for different people. There's something out there for you. And this is someone I trust and whose opinion I respect very much. But still, I walked out pouting. Oh, I'll show him. I'm gonna show everybody. But later that night when my head hit the pillow, it just sunk in. He's absolutely right. But still, once again, I lost a path I worked so hard to forge and needed to find a new one. 8 months after that, I did. I'm going back to university, and language will not be a thing that's holding me back or making me feel small or not smart or any of those things. Once again, not gonna tell you what because I don't want to jinx it. I should know mid-2021 just how official it is. Then we'll talk. Long story short, no, I did not start university in September, and I'm so glad I didn't. I should be able to read Harry Potter in het Nederlands, Harry Potter, and De Steen der Wijze. This is such a cute goal. I mean, I tried reading these in April, and it took 30 minutes to read 2 pages, so I wasn't really reading a book. I was just translating every single word. However, I have a feeling that this will be my year as far as Dutch super truly coming together. It's not my fault a pandemic ate up this entire time. It's not my fault education was a hot mess express. We have time. We'll try again. Okay, so that was 2020. Relieved I gave myself reasonable expectation. Let's keep that theme rolling for 2021. Let's start where it ended. Hi, me in 2022. How you doing? Did you do the following? Have you read a chapter book in Dutch yet? You really want to evolve past children's books, but there are still some you can't understand. Speaking of reading, I'm gonna set a reading goal for this year. Let's just say 50. How'd you do? We're going back to school, baby! We're doing it! It's happening! It happened! How'd your first semester go? I'm gonna learn how to play the bass guitar. I'm going to. I started dabbling just this summer and dropped it once I got a job. I'm gonna pick that back up, and to make it more tangible, I will say I want to master the bass line for Kids in America by Kim Wilde. I started learning it. I want to finish learning it. Can you play it for me? Girl, please tell me you made more art. Not even for any reason or to show anybody or anything, just for the sake of doing it. It's nice. Pick up a paintbrush, cut up some magazines, have a nice time. Did you make art? You have the space for it now. What excuse is left? Also, please, I hope you exercise anything at all to any capacity. Just keep walking. Or have you picked up yoga because you've got space for that now? Do it. Are people allowed to hang out with each other again? So could you go back to that kickboxing class? That was excellent. You were always a sporty and athletic person, and I feel like you not nourishing that part of you is deflating you a bit. Go use your body to do things. Did you start that YouTube project you've been wanting to try? How's that going? Any new tattoos? How are your sons? Looking forward to hearing from you, future me. And as always, thank you for clicking, thank you for caring, thank you for being nice, thank you to everyone who supports the Patreon. We have a new exciting tier. You can print out calendars and have wallpapers for all your things, and I design them every month. Go sign up! And thank you for the people who have already. Bye!